All right, so get ready because today we are taking a deep dive into the one and only Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
You know him, you love him, a true legend.
Oh,
And we're going way beyond the highlight reel, folks.
Yeah.
We're using his Wikipedia entry
Mm.
as our guide to really uncover all the different facets of Bo Jackson.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Exactly. And this isn't just about sports.
Right.
It's about defying expectations, accomplishing what many thought impossible.
He really embodies that idea of, pushing boundaries, not content with just being amazing at one sport,
Right.
but had to dominate in multiple arenas, even at the professional level.
It's unbelievable. And that's what we're going to unpack today.
Yeah.
The Bo Nose phenomenon, that legendary Tecmo Bowl character.
Oh, yeah.
The truth behind that career-ending injury, and then what he did after all that.
It's an amazing story.
It is. So let's start back in Bessemer, Alabama.
Okay.
His childhood nickname, get this,
Okay.
Wild Boar Hog.
Oh, that's a nickname.
I know.
That speaks volumes, doesn't it? I mean, that hints at the raw energy, the unbridled athleticism
Yeah.
that would go on to define his career.
It's like a preview.
Little foreshadowing.
Yeah, of the force of nature he would become.
Exactly.
Even in high school, he's excelling in football, baseball, A&D, the decathlon.
Oh, yeah.
Like you would think juggling 3 sports would be enough.
For most people, that would be it.
But he intentionally skipped the 1,500 meters in track and field.
Really?
He said, distance is the only thing I hate about track.
Spoken like a true power athlete.
Oh, right,
It was
yeah.
built for explosiveness, not endurance.
Exactly. So he heads to Auburn University, and guess what?
What's that?
He keeps playing both baseball and football.
Wow.
And not just playing, dominating.
Originator.
Over 4,300 rushing yards, a 6.6 yards per carry average.
Goodness gracious.
Those are numbers that put him in a whole other category.
It's insane to think that he could, divide his focus like that
Right.
and still perform at such a high level.
Yeah.
It really is a testament to his work ethic and just raw talent.
Yeah, and we're talking iconic games here.
Oh, yeah.
That one-handed grab in the 82 Tangerine Bowl,
Classic.
the 83 Iron Bowl,
Hmm?
the game-winning touchdown run.
Low over the top.
Bow over the top. You could practically hear jaws hitting the floor in the stadium.
I bet. And I mean, his performance in those games really cemented his status
Yeah,
as a college football legend.
for sure. And then, of course, there's the 1985 Heisman Trophy win.
Can't forget about that.
Closest margin of victory ever. Edging out Iowa quarterback Chuck Long.
Wow.
It makes you wonder, what if he had gone pro in track?
Right.
I mean, his high school track record was unbelievable.
I was just going to say,
10.39 100-meter dash, and rumors of a sub 4.2 40-yard dash.
come on.
It's crazy.
It's tantalizing to think about what he could have accomplished in track and field.
Yeah,
But baseball was calling.
it was.
And that's where the drama really begins.
This is where it gets good.
Yeah, he chose to play for the Kansas City Royals, refusing to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who drafted him first overall in '86.
Can you believe that?
I mean,
First overall.
what a story.
Yeah, he believed that the Buccaneers had intentionally sabotaged his baseball career
Really?
with an NCAA violation, and he flat out said he would never play for them.
Wow. Talk about standing your ground.
Right?
That was a bold move,
It was.
especially for a young athlete going up against an NFL franchise.
Yeah.
Some might have called it career suicide, but
Right.
Bo was determined to write his own story.
He was. And this is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Because while he's excelling in baseball, he's already becoming a cultural phenomenon.
Oh, yeah.
This is when Tecmo Bowl comes out.
Everybody remembers Tecmo Bowl.
And suddenly everyone's experiencing this digital version of Bo that's practically superhuman.
It really captured that sense of awe
Right.
that surrounded him. Tecmo Bowl became this unstoppable force,
It did.
almost like a folk hero in the digital realm.
It's like the game tapped into something real.
Mm.
About his athleticism.
Yeah,
That feeling that he could do anything.
absolutely.
But back in the real world,
Huh?
the NFL wasn't done with Bo.
Oh, no.
The Raiders drafted him in the 7th round in '87.
Wow.
And Al Davis, the owner, was willing to let him play both sports.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, sort of.
Talk about a power move.
Seriously.
I know Bo accepts, and suddenly we've got this dual sport contract
Wow.
that has everyone buzzing. This wasn't just about sports anymore.
Look
It
at
was
this.
about challenging the status quo.
Absolutely.
It was about pushing boundaries.
It was about Bo.
It was about Bo.
Bo knows everything.
Oh, no. So we've got Bo playing professional baseball and football at the same time. I mean, it's like a real-life comic book story.
I know, it was insane. It was a media frenzy.
Okay.
Everyone wanted a piece of Bo. But let's start with his MLB career.
Okay.
He debuted with the Royals in '86,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't all home runs right away.
Well, yeah, he had to adjust to the grueling schedule, the level of pitching.
Uh-huh.
But by the late 80s, his power really started to emerge.
Oh, yeah. And then comes that legendary 1989 season All-Star Game MVP, a leadoff home run.
Yeah.
Vin Scully's call still gives me chills.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Look at that one. Bo Jackson says hello.
Goosebumps.
I know, and he hit 32 home runs that year. Drove in 105 runs. He was in the conversation for best player in the league.
Absolutely.
And then there's that iconic wall run catch in 1990.
Oh, yeah.
He literally ran up the outfield wall to make the grab.
Unbelievable athleticism, awareness, just pure instinct.
But then, of course, we have to talk about that fateful hip injury
Right.
in the '91 playoffs.
Yeah.
It happened during a seemingly routine tackle, but Bo, was known for his toughness.
Oh, yeah.
And he actually popped his hip back into place on the field.
Oh, wow.
I know, and it turns out that might have actually worsened the damage.
Oh, no.
The hip injury was complex. It led to, a fracture cartilage loss and something called a vascular necrosis,
The vascular necrosis.
which basically means the blood supply to his hip bone was compromised.
Wow.
So essentially killing the tissue.
So this wasn't just a setback.
No.
This was a career-ending blow for his football dreams.
And the Royals released him that spring. They weren't willing to pay him while he recovered.
Wow. That's tough.
It's a harsh reminder of the business side of professional sports.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. But imagine being at the peak of your athletic powers in two major sports.
I can't even imagine.
And suddenly it's all in jeopardy.
It would be understandable to just, give up at that point.
Right?
But Bo, being Bo, decided to fight back.
He wasn't done yet.
No, he had hip replacement surgery in 1992.
Wow.
And incredibly returned to baseball with the Chicago White Sox that same year.
Can you believe that?
It's like something out of a movie.
It is. Most athletes wouldn't have even attempted a comeback after such a serious injury.
No way.
It speaks to his incredible resilience, his determination. He wasn't ready to let go of his baseball dream.
He wasn't done yet.
He wasn't.
So while his baseball career after the injury was, a shadow of what it once was, he still had some pretty unforgettable moments.
Yeah.
He even hit a home run in his first at-bat after hip replacement surgery.
That's amazing.
It's incredible.
And he dedicated that home run to his mother, who had passed away while he was recovering.
Oh, wow.
Talk about an emotional moment.
That's powerful.
Like, he played 2 more seasons before retiring in '94 at the age of 32.
32.
And he said, I got to know my family that looks better to me than any $10 million contract.
Wow.
It really reveals his priorities.
It does. He was a family man at heart.
Yeah.
And the injury really forced him to reevaluate what truly mattered.
Yeah.
Fame and fortune never seemed to be his main motivators.
Which is pretty rare for someone who achieved the level of stardom he did.
Absolutely.
I mean, it would have been easy to get caught up in the hype,
For sure.
but Bo always seemed grounded.
Yeah, he did.
And even though his career was cut short, he still left this lasting legacy.
He did. And the Bo Nose phenomenon played a big part in that.
Oh, yeah. Those Nike ads were everywhere.
And
they tapped into something beyond just sports.
they were funny. They were aspirational.
They were.
They captured Bo's larger-than-life personality.
Yeah, and he was trying tennis, golf, even blues music with Bo Diddley.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, why limit yourself?
Right.
I can do it all.
Those ads turned him into a cultural icon.
They did. Bo Nose
Wow.
became shorthand for anyone trying something new, showcasing their diverse skills.
Yeah.
It's amazing how those commercials have stood the test of time.
It really is. It speaks to their creativity and Bo's enduring appeal.
Yeah. But his impact goes beyond marketing campaigns.
Right.
He returned to Auburn to finish his degree in family and child development, fulfilling a promise to his mother.
Wow, that's amazing.
They know.
That's a testament to his character and his commitment to education.
Yeah, he could have easily rested on his laurels, but he wanted to show there's more to life than just sports.
Absolutely.
And then there's his philanthropic work, Bo Bikes Bama,
Yeah.
an annual bike ride across Alabama to raise money for tornado relief. He's raised millions of dollars to help rebuild communities.
It shows a deep commitment to giving back.
He does.
Bo's story isn't just about athletic achievements. It's about overcoming obstacles, staying grounded, and using his platform for good.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
But there's one piece of the puzzle we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, and what's that?
His digital legacy.
Yes. Tecmo Bo.
We touched on it earlier, but I think it deserves a deeper dive.
It does. It really does.
It's not every day a video game character becomes a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those who missed the Tecmo Bowl craze,
Yeah.
let's set the stage.
Okay.
It was this revolutionary football game
Yeah.
for the original Nintendo back in 1989.
Yeah, classic.
And Bo Jackson's character.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't just good.
Right.
He was practically a cheat code.
He was unstoppable.
It really was. And I distinctly remember handing the ball off to Tecmo Bo, and he would just weave through defenders' break tackles,
Oh, yeah.
like watching a video game superhero in action.
Yeah.
And I would run him all the way back to my own 1-yard line
Really?
just to see how far he could go.
Oh, that's funny.
I know.
Yeah, it was a common strategy.
Right.
Gamers intentionally created those impossible situations just to
Yeah.
watch Tecmo Bo break free.
Right.
I mean, his digital speed and strength were legendary.
It was.
Defenders would just bounce off of him. They
It's-
would. They were hitting a brick wall.
It was almost comical, but also incredibly satisfying.
Yeah.
It made you feel like you were controlling this unstoppable force,
Right.
which is interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because it mirrored that real-life awe that people felt watching Bo play.
Exactly. Tecmo Bo wasn't just a digital avatar.
Yeah.
He became the symbol of Bo's real-world athleticism,
Right.
maybe even exaggerating it to, mythical levels.
And the timing is key here.
Yeah,
This is right when Bo's real-life career is hitting its peak.
right.
He's playing both baseball and football, defying expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the game tapped into that cultural fascination
Yeah.
and amplified it.
But there's also this layer of irony, right?
Right.
Because while Tecmo Bo is invincible in the digital world, real-life Bo is facing the fragility of the human body,
Right.
that career-ending injury.
Yeah.
It brings a whole new perspective to his video game persona.
It does. It highlights the difference between fantasy and reality.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't help but wonder if the Tecmo Bo legend
Right.
influenced how people viewed Bo's actual career,
Right.
those expectations of invincibility.
Exactly. It's a question worth pondering. How much do these digital representations
Right.
shape our understanding of these athletes?
Right.
But it's also worth noting that Bo embraced the Tecmo Bo phenomenon.
He did.
He even appeared in a Kia commercial years later.
I remember that.
That poked fun at it.
It did.
And it showed, he had a sense of humor about it
Yeah.
and understood its cultural impact.
For sure.
So ultimately, Tecmo Bo adds this fascinating layer to his story.
Yeah.
This blend of real-life achievement and digital myth-making.
It's a testament to his lasting legacy and his ability to captivate people,
Right.
both on and off the field, even in, the pixelated world of 8-bit gaming.
Yeah, it really is.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, from those wild boar hog beginnings to
Wow.
Heisman glory, the dual sport dream,
The heartbreak, the comeback.
that heartbreaking injury, and even his virtual stardom.
That's a pretty amazing story.
Bo Jackson's story is more than just athletic achievements.
It is.
It's about resilience.
Mm.
It's about defying limitations and using your platform
Yeah,
to make a difference.
to give back.
He showed us that even when life throws you a curveball, you can find a way to come back stronger, write your own story, and leave a legacy
Right.
that extends far beyond the game.
Absolutely.
And sometimes that legacy even lives on in the digital realm,
Absolutely.
inspiring generations of gamers and reminding us that even in pixels, Bo knows.
Bo knows.